You are going to be married very soon, and it's going to happen so unexpectedly that even you will need a moment to catch your breath when you realize God has been arranging this while you thought nothing was moving. And before I say anything else, if this word meets you gently where you are, and you want to agree quietly, you can write just 2 words in the comments once. I receive. This isn't a cute prediction, and it isn't human planning. This is divine alignment, a covenant coming into view because heaven's timing is converging with your readiness. And I need to name what you've been carrying in silence. The long wait that feels like a hallway with no doors. The disappointment of watching things almost work and then collapse. The subtle suspicion from others that you're too picky, or too late, or too much. The ache of feeling out of sync while friends post engagement photos and baby announcements. The fear of choosing the wrong person after you've already paid too much for wrong love. And the weariness that comes from hoping with a bruised heart, telling yourself you're fine, then lying awake at night wondering, did God forget me? No, beloved, He did not forget you. And what is coming will prove it in a way that will hush every careless voice. Because the Lord is not just giving you a relationship, He is establishing a covenant. And covenant always carries purpose, protection, and provision. Here is the first thing you must understand. The reason everyone will be surprised is because God is about to do it in a way that bypasses the script people wrote for you, including the script you secretly wrote for yourself. And that is why it will feel sudden. You assumed it would come after you fixed everything, after you became more impressive, after you were less tired, after you had the perfect body, the perfect job, the perfect confidence, the perfect social life, the perfect healing timeline. Yet God is saying He is not waiting for you to become a performance. He is aligning you with a person who matches your destiny. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. Isaiah 43-19. That new thing is not only the person, it is the way it comes. A way in your wilderness, streams in your dry places, movement where you thought the map ended. And yes, it will surprise people because the person will not match the expectations around you. Maybe they are older than you pictured, or younger than what your family would approve. Maybe their background is different culture, different city, different career path, different church history, different social status, a different kind of personality than your usual pattern. Some of you expected fireworks and loud charisma, but God is bringing you someone steady. Some expected someone who looks like a dream, but God is sending someone who lives like a prayer. Some expected the polished type, but God is sending the faithful type. Some of you thought your spouse would come through your usual circle, but God is preparing an intersection you never scheduled. And the strangest part is this: the surprise won't just be what they look like or where they come from. It will be how safe you feel with them, how quickly the frantic part of you goes quiet, how your nervous system stops bracing for impact, how your heart stops rehearsing disappointment, how you start sleeping again. That's not fantasy. That's one of the clearest confirmations. And it's why this union is not about human planning. Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. Proverbs 19:21. People have planned you into a box, what you should want, who you should choose, when you should be married. what your timeline should look like, and you have felt that pressure like a hand on your throat. But God's purpose is not asking their permission. Beloved, you need to release the idea that God must work inside people's expectations to be legitimate. Sometimes, His greatest proof comes when He chooses the path nobody can take credit for. And that is exactly why the marriage will silence your enemies and quiet your doubters. I'm not talking about petty revenge. I'm talking about God restoring your dignity, your name, your joy, your future, in a way that makes mockery lose its voice. Some people smiled at you but never believed you would be chosen well. Some watched your setbacks and secretly assumed you would always be, almost, always the bridesmaid of life, always waiting while others move forward. Some even treated your singleness like a flaw instead of a season. But hear this, your table season is coming, not because you earned it by suffering, but because God is faithful to finish what He starts, and the outcome will speak for itself. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Psalm 23:5. That is not only a poetic verse, it is a picture of public vindication and private abundance. God feeding you where you were starved, honoring you where you were dismissed, and overflowing you where you were drained. Some of you will experience it so tangibly that it feels cinematic. You'll be in an ordinary moment at a grocery store aisle, a friend's small gathering, a work assignment, a volunteer day, a flight delay, a last-minute invitation you almost declined, and you'll think, "Why did I come?" And then you'll meet them, and later you'll look back and realize that one random decision was a divine hinge. But don't rush the story. Watch how God confirms it, because He is not leading you into confusion. Here's how you will recognize the right person and the right timing. Not by butterflies that come from anxiety, not by chaos that feels like passion, not by the roller coaster that keeps you addicted to uncertainty, but by a deep peace that holds steady even when your mind tries to overthink. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4:7. That peace is not laziness, it is a guard. It will stand at the door of your heart and say, "This is safe, this is consistent, this is clean." And yes, beloved, you can have attraction and joy and laughter too, but the foundation will not be confusion. So, let me make it plain. Because some of you have a history of confusing intensity with intimacy, this marriage will be marked by consistency, not constant resets, clarity, not mixed signals, fruit, not promises, accountability, not excuses, honor, not hiddenness, pursuit, not pressure. And when there is disagreement, there will still be safety. You will not have to chase them emotionally. You will not have to beg for basic communication. You will not have to shrink so they can stay comfortable. You will not have to perform to be chosen. You will be able to breathe. And now, because you asked for confirmation signs like a checklist, here is a grounded, Spirit-led way to watch for confirmations without slipping into superstition. First, peace that deepens over time rather than fading after a high moment. Second, alignment in values and direction, faith, integrity, family vision, how you handle money, how you handle conflict. Third, consistent action, what they say and what they do match, especially when it costs them something. Fourth, clean timing signs that remove unnecessary obstacles, conversations open at the right moment. Doors that used to be stuck begin to turn. Logistical barriers that felt impossible start resolving without manipulation. Fifth, dreams that don't control you but clarify you. Simple dreams that bring healing, that expose patterns, that confirm character, not dreams that push you into panic. Sixth, wise counsel confirming patterns, not gossip confirming preferences, mature voices noticing the fruit in both of you. Seventh, synchronicities that point to God's orchestration without becoming your God. Repeated reminders of themes like restoration, home, peace, covenant, and sudden favor. Not because numbers are magic, but because your attention is being drawn back to trust. Eighth, an internal witness that grows quietly. The Spirit will confirm, not with frenzy, but with steady assurance. Ninth, the way you become more yourself with them instead of less. You feel safe enough to be honest, to grow, to be accountable, to heal. And 10th, fruit that other people can't deny: kindness, patience, humility, generosity, service, a shared desire to build something that outlives a honeymoon. And here's the next curiosity gap you need to sit with. What if the reason this is happening fast is not because it's reckless, but because heaven is accelerating what has been delayed by disappointment? Some of you have lost years to wrong connections, to healing from betrayal, to rebuilding your self-worth after being treated like an option, to learning how to hear God again after your heart got loud with fear. You didn't waste those years. You were being trained. You were being refined. You were being protected from counterfeit love. You were being delivered from cycles, choosing emotionally unavailable people, repeating family patterns, tolerating inconsistency, mistaking potential for covenant, accepting crumbs because you were starving for affection. Beloved, your waiting was not empty. It was sacred work, even when it felt like nothing. Late at night, when the house was quiet and your phone was dark, when you scrolled past other people's weddings and felt that sting in your chest, when you whispered prayers that sounded more like sighs than sentences, God was not ignoring you. He was healing you in private so you wouldn't bleed on the right person. He was building maturity so you could steward what you asked for. He was teaching you to value peace so you wouldn't call chaos chemistry again. And now he is about to reward your obedience with alignment. Which brings me to something many people miss. This marriage is not only romance, it is a prophetic assignment. It will accelerate destiny, not because marriage is a magic door, but because partnership multiplies what God already planted in you. Two people aligned can cover more ground, build stronger, endure longer, and influence wider. Some of you have been carrying responsibilities alone for so long that you became strong in ways you never wanted to become strong, paying your own bills, making your own decisions, comforting yourself through disappointments, praying alone, showing up alone, smiling alone. God saw it. And He is not bringing someone to replace your strength. He is bringing someone to match it with tenderness, to add support without taking your voice, to honor your calling without competing with it. This union will not shrink you. It will steady you. It will not distract you. It will focus you. It will not drain you. It will pour back into you. And here's another layer you may not expect. Your marriage will carry influence. Not the shallow kind that's for show, but the kind that makes people believe God again because they watched Him restore you. People who wrote you off will have to watch you thrive. People who only knew your lonely seasons will meet you in your fruitful one. And some of the very ones who doubted your timing will come to you later and ask, quietly, "How did you keep believing?" And your life will answer, before your mouth does. That's why the table before enemies matters. It's not about humiliating anyone. It's about God proving He can sustain you in public after He refined you in private. Now, I need to address the opposition you might face, because many of you will not only meet surprise, you will meet resistance, sometimes not from enemies, but from family and friends who love you but cannot see what God is doing. They may question the timing. Isn't it too soon? They may question the person. Why them? They may question your discernment because they remember your past pain. Are you sure you're not repeating patterns? They may bring up practical concerns, distance, finances, culture, history, reputation, career moves, age gaps. They may even spiritualize their discomfort. Beloved, breathe. This is where you hold your peace and your boundaries at the same time. You don't have to convince everyone. You don't have to fight every comment. You don't have to overshare details to earn approval. What you do have to do is stay anchored. Let peace rule your decisions. Let wisdom shape your conversations. Let fruit answer criticism. Be kind, but be firm. Listen for genuine concern, not controlling fear. Honor your parents, but do not hand them the pen to write your covenant. Respect your friends, but do not let their projections become your prison. And if you feel yourself slipping into panic because someone disapproves, come back to the guardrail. The peace of God will guard you, and what God is building will not require you to abandon your integrity to keep it. The Spirit will confirm. God will give you peace. Here's the third curiosity gap, and it matters. What if the opposition is actually proof that this marriage is breaking a pattern your family has normalized? Some families are comfortable with dysfunction because it's familiar. Some friend groups keep you single and available in their minds because it makes them feel less confronted by their own choices. Some people prefer you uncertain because it keeps you easy to influence. But God is raising you into covenant, and covenant changes your boundaries, your priorities, your future, your identity. That can unsettle people. Let them adjust. You are not doing something wrong by growing. You are not betraying anyone by stepping into joy. You are not arrogant for believing God can do what He promised. And this is where healing comes in. Because the deeper meaning of this marriage is restoration. Not just I found someone, but I became whole enough to choose well, and God brought someone whole enough to build with me. Your waiting was not a punishment, it was preparation. God was healing your attachment patterns, sharpening your discernment, cleaning your desires, and teaching you how to be loved without having to earn it. He was also working on your spouse. Yes, your spouse has a story too. Battles they had to survive, lessons they had to learn, pride that had to be softened, wounds that had to be treated so they could love with stability. They may not be perfect, but they will be willing, not flawless, but faithful. Not finished, but formed. And when the two of you come together, you will recognize the difference. It won't feel like chasing. It will feel like building. It won't feel like guessing. It will feel like agreeing. It won't feel like drama, it will feel like direction. Now, let me speak directly to the financial and provision side, because some of you want marriage, but you're quietly terrified about money. How will we afford a wedding? How will we start a home? What about debt? What about supporting family? What about career transitions? Beloved, listen. Where God gives covenant, He also gives provision for the assignment attached to it. Provision doesn't always mean instant luxury. Sometimes it looks like steady increases, wise opportunities, supernatural favor, strategic connections, and a new level of discipline and unity that multiplies what you already have. But I need you to hear this with authority and tenderness. You are not going to be shamed into scarcity in this season. Your marriage will carry supply, emotional supply, spiritual supply, and yes, practical supply. You will see doors open that make you say, "Only God could have arranged that." You will see resources come through at the right time, not because you manipulated outcomes, but because alignment invites favor. And that provision is not only for you to feel comfortable, it is for you to be effective. Because this marriage is an assignment, you will build something that helps other people, maybe ministry, maybe business, maybe community service, maybe mentorship, maybe hospitality, maybe creating a home that becomes a refuge for others, maybe raising children with a different legacy than the one you came from. And here's the fourth curiosity gap. What if the very area you felt behind in is the area God is about to accelerate, not just for your happiness, but for your influence? Some of you have been praying for years, not only God give me a spouse, but God use my life. And you didn't realize the next phase of your usefulness would require partnership, two strengths, two perspectives, two sets of gifts, two prayer lives coming into agreement. That agreement creates momentum, it creates coverage, it creates a kind of strength that is difficult to explain until you live inside it. And when the acceleration starts, you'll understand why it had to be the right person, not just any person. Because the wrong spouse doesn't just break hearts. The wrong spouse can delay assignments, drain vision, fracture peace. God is not giving you a delay disguised as a relationship. He is giving you alignment that protects your calling. So let me say it plainly. If a connection brings constant chaos, constant confusion, constant compromise, constant hiding, constant instability, that is not your covenant. Your covenant will bear good fruit, and it will be consistent. There will be attraction, yes, but also safety. There will be joy, yes, but also maturity. There will be plans, yes, but also surrender. Now, for those of you who have been afraid you're too late, I want you to lay that lie down with both hands. God is not intimidated by calendars, and He is not rushed by other people's timelines. He is precise. He is wise. He is kind. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Isaiah 60:22. Not when people stop asking questions, not when your aunt stops comparing you, not when you feel perfectly confident. When the time is right. And, beloved, the reason this message is landing on you is because the time is closer than you think. Some of you will notice movement within weeks, an introduction you didn't expect, a reconnection that's different this time, a conversation that turns into consistency, a friendship that deepens with clarity, a door opening that brings you into the same space repeatedly. Others will see it within months. Alignment, meetings, family discussions, planning, favor, peace. And yes, it may feel quick, but it won't feel careless. It will feel like a puzzle piece clicking into place. You will look back and realize God was removing distractions, healing attachments, and positioning you sometimes by closing doors you begged Him to keep open. You were angry about certain endings, but you'll understand them later. Some of those endings were mercy. Some of those delays were protection. Some of those no's were God refusing to give you a counterfeit that would have cost you years. Now, as you step toward this, do not self-sabotage with fear. You don't have to interrogate every good moment. You don't have to punish yourself for past mistakes. You don't have to treat love like it's guilty until proven innocent. Be wise, yes. Go slow enough to see fruit, yes. But don't slam the door on joy because pain trained you to expect loss. This is a new chapter. God is not only bringing you a person, He is restoring your capacity to trust with wisdom, to love without losing yourself, to hope without spiraling. And I bless you with that kind of restoration, that you would stop rehearsing rejection at night, that you would stop checking your phone with dread, that you would stop second-guessing every good thing as if peace is suspicious. Peace is not suspicious. Peace is often the signature. And when people talk because some will talk, let your life answer. Let your joy answer. Let your steadiness answer. Let your fruit answer. Let the table answer. Let the overflow answer. Let your quiet confidence answer. You do not need to shout to be sure. The Spirit will confirm. God will give you peace. And when this marriage arrives, you will realize the weight did something holy inside you. It made you discerning, soft, strong, and ready to build, not just to feel. Beloved, I'm speaking to the one who has cried in the bathroom so nobody hears, the one who has smiled at weddings with a tight throat, the one who has prayed, then felt silly for praying again, the one who has wondered if you missed your moment, the one who is tired of almost, the one who doesn't want a fantasy, you want a home. I see you. Heaven sees you. And this is not the end of your story. It's the turn. So receive this blessing. May God guard your heart with peace, sharpen your discernment without hardening your tenderness, bring you a spouse whose character matches their calling, and establish a covenant that silences mockery, breaks cycles, restores joy, and releases provision for every assignment tied to your union. May your love be steady, your home be protected, your hands be fruitful, and your future be brighter than your waiting ever let you imagine. If this word met you where you are, respond one last time with a short comment. I trust God's timing. And if you're new here, or this encouraged you, subscribe. Share this with someone who's been waiting in silence, and pass the hope forward, because the closing of your lonely chapter will not be loud, it will be peaceful, and you will walk into it feeling seen, held, and led into calm.